Painting flowers does not have to be hard. If you use your brush stroke and think about your colors and the arrangement, you can come up with kind of a nice little flower painting like this one we're going to do today. Everything's in a shape and every brush stroke is important. Keep that in mind as you work. You can use thick paint or thin paint, but think about circles and the way you place your brush. Let's work on one. So I want to show you today some cool little techniques that you can use to create a nice little flower painting. So I'm just using some acrylic paint. You can use tempera paint, you can use whatever you have. I just have these jars of leftover acrylic paint, and they're a little stanky right now, but they do get spoiled. So I want to show you a few things about brush strokes and how brush strokes have a very lovely beauty to them. So if you take and push lightly and then press a little heavier and then lift up, you get a really nice brush stroke. So I'm going to do that a few more times and I'm going to radiate them out from the center. So watch what we get. Push hard and lift up. Load my brush again. I'm going to very lightly touch the tip, push hard and lift up. Let's try it again. Lightly, hard, and lift up. And this is a technique that the Chinese brush painters use. Push very lightly, hard, and you get a point. You get a nice point. And guess what we're making? A flower. Reload. Like a video game, reload. I'm gonna very lightly just touch it and then push and lift up. Shouldn't be perfect because flowers aren't perfect. And the only way you get good at this is to practice. So I would practice like a whole bunch of these first before you try to put them together. But I don't want the video to be too long or you won't listen. Very lightly and lift up. The integrity of a brush stroke is quite lovely. You can turn your paper. I can't turn my paper because it's big. Lovely little brush strokes. And every brush stroke has a beauty. You want to honor that a little bit. Look what we've got, a nice little flower, don't we? So I'm going to set that aside and I want to show you another flower. Let's go with an orange flower. So again, I have some gooey paint. And another thing you could do is just kind of start with a circle. Half of a circle maybe. Go half of a circle. And then inside that I'm going to draw another half of a circle that wraps around the outside. Then I'm going to switch brushes. Sorry, I keep sticking my arm in the middle. And I'm going to kind of outline, pushing and letting up. And I'm going to do it on the inside, push and let up, and let them kind of just blur together ever so slightly. And then maybe a little bit of a line out here. Got another flower. And they're little abstract flowers, right? But that's okay. We're not trying to mimic nature, we're letting nature inspire us. So here I'm just going to put some dots inside there. And let's try another orangey flower, but let's try, watch this, I'm just going to lay it down, and lay it down. Try it again. Just lay it down. You could do it with a small brush too, or just the tip. I'm just pulling it towards the middle. And you could keep doing that, do a little baby star flower, right? Switch to my left hand, even though I'm not left-handed. Oh, did it. See, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Let's see. Let's try some... ooh, I need purple in here. Don't we like purple? I love purple. One of my favorite flowers is a purple cone flower, or not a cone flower, bachelor button. And they have this really cool kind of raggedy shape. So I'm just pulling towards the center. And then just kind of fill this in with some dots. It doesn't have to be completely full. And just kind of speckling the dots down there. Watch me do it again. I'll do a bigger one. Pull it towards the middle. Pull it towards the middle. Some short guys going towards the middle. Maybe a little taller. And now I'm just kind of laying down my brush. So you have this like dome shape. And then I've kind of filled that bottom in there. So the fun part now of the bachelor button is this shape underneath it. So you have maybe like a V shape here, and then do a round, oh, that's perfect, do a round press, and it's more of an oval, right? And then I'm just going to make my brush come down off the page. Let's see, so I'm going to do that and that. If the paint mixes, that's okay. Now my little round guy is going to be behind there. Now he still needs a stem though. Coming off the page. Let's see. What might this have? So I have no idea what this flower would be. We'll just call it something. So you're going to have a little bit of a leaf there, and maybe I'll curve it because nothing's really straight when you're looking at it. And you could, some of them have little leaves. Look outside, walk around, look at some flowers. Little leafy guys coming off like that. And they're not perfect, but you're just hinting at everything. And now you have this little bouquet of flowers. So if the paint's not spreading good, you can add a little bit of water to your brush. So let's kind of bring through here. And the big red flowers overlapping and hogging all the room. Little guys. Now this guy needs I think I need one more flower too. You should always have an odd number of things. So I have an even number and an even number. So I need to adjust that. What color? Let's do another red flower. Maybe a flower like this is not quite open and it's down here at the bottom. So I'm going to do little radiating, kind of like I did this, coming out. And then I'm going to do another layer on top of it, right in between those little, see that little intersection or V shape? And I'm just going to, there's a space, and there's a space, and there's a space, and there's a space. As long as they're radiating and nice and close to each other, you're going to get the idea of a flower. Kind of keep it all in a circle. And it's about the idea of a flower, not necessarily a flower. And then some boop. Now I've got an odd number of flowers, which was what my goal was here. So maybe this could come straight down, and maybe he's got some bigger leaves. Curve and a curve, and they just meet up. That's all you got to do. Simple Simon, easy peasy. You can make a circle, you can hold a paintbrush and push and press, you can do this. You can do this. So let's see. Oh, I have an idea. So this is kind of an empty space. So I'm going to make another branch coming off there. And I just totally am going to mess up my arrangement of even numbers, right? Same kind of flower, but a little smaller. So push. Just the tip and push, just the tip and push, just the tip and push. Ooh, I'm making a song. Just the tip and push, just the tip and push, just the tip. The more you make on here, the cooler it will be. I think we need some more purple guys. I like those. So, push. Ooh, that's pretty. Push just the tip. Remember, trying to make a dome. And if you want to draw that little dome shape in there first, you can. Dot, 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 dot. Let's make some more. I like those. Push. Dot, 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 dot. And you can change your greens. Watch this. And I'll do it. Can you see over here? Yeah, I'll do it over the side. I'm going to put a little green paint on the wall, on the paper, the wall. Don't put it on the wall. And I'm going to mix a little yellow with it. And then now make a little oval. That's a pretty color, isn't it? I always say that whenever I make a new color. That's the best color ever. Make my oval. Now when you see these in somebody's garden, you're going to say, those are bachelor buttons. I learned about those somewhere on YouTube, right? So just a little kind of fun. I think we need another round one. Sorry. Let's go back here. Going to make a little circle and another circle, and you're just kind of, you can build it and make it a little bigger. And then I'm going to go back to the red. Just some circles around it. Now I need green. And it's really pretty and simple just on this white piece of paper. Let me zoom in so you can see it a little bit. And this would be a nice gift for someone. So go outside, observe some flowers, look on the internet, observe some flowers, look in people's garden. There's flowers everywhere. Look at the shapes. How can you build that flower with these are just kind of triangle shapes, right? Or brush shapes. This is it, brush shapes within a half of a circle. These are just radiating brush strokes coming out from the middle. Here I've just kind of created a series of circles. I could come back in, let's see, now that it's dry, and you're just kind of following that circle. You could add to this, I'm going to make a lighter orange and do some, ooh, this is pretty, inside. Oh, I like that. Just marks. Every brush stroke has a beauty. Let that beauty shine through. Just some marks. You could even maybe put some back here. So I'm just building on this kind of a mark. Sometimes you go shorter, sometimes you do round, but it's just all marks with your brush strokes. We can all do that, right? And it's just the direction you make the marks every single time. Okay. Go observe, look at some flowers, think about how you can build them, and make something brilliant. I'd love to see what you can do.